Alrighty, PG-13, this is Delta17 Toys, and yes, I do have a bit of a cold. I didn't take my garlic like I normally do, and well, raw garlic crushed in water is great for you, but anyways, this is the Red Okami exclusive from Delta17 Toys. Now, I don't know if my camera will do this figure justice, but yes, these figures are awesome, but they are a little bit more than the Super 7 figures, 25 American or 32 Canadian, but they have a feeling that is better than the vintage figures. I mean, these Okami are similar to the bats. These are the red Okami Ninja, but you look at how the silver accentuates on the figure, just the detail is so exquisite. So you're definitely getting your money's worth here. And I did order 3, so I'm one to give away once we get the this is how they come. Once we get the call sign longbow figures, we'll be having a few draws to give away a few figures, maybe some vehicles too. All depends on how things are. Now, I just want to mention my thanks to Steve, Ken from Toy Connections, and Mega J Retro, which I always forget to mention, but they do a lot of hard work to get these figures out to people, and they will be having more in the line. There'll be other waves. They'll be having the Hind. Look at the beauty of that vehicle. And this is called the Elite Century. I would just call him the Terminator. But the blue one looks fantastic. And as you can see, there's stickers and decals you can put on the figure. Or you can, turn them to Joe or Cobra. All depends on what you want. But now we're taking a look at the figure. And both hands do come off. Also, they support the orphanages in Congo. So they do have hands that come off. You can, plug in, his hand's still on. You can plug their guns on. They got a couple swords. And, it's pretty cool. I think the hands do fit on the vintage bats, because some of these figures are made with compatibility. Unlike Super 7, Super 7 has to be more compatible with G.I.Joe. That's the whole point. You make your figures compatible with vintage. But, these figures might be a little more expensive, but they're worth it. They have the awesome feeling, they actually feel way better than the vintage. They're way more detailed. Like this is Jagger. I would just call him Jaguar. But this is a cool figure. He reminds me of Firefly. But again, now the only issue I did have was I'm not going to use his weapon because it does stress his hand too much, but his other weapon is fine. Just a thicker handle, and they did have a T-bar issue, so if you just talk to them, they'll send you extra T-bars, but I'm just leaving my figures as is because I really like the figures. I love them. These are fantastic figures. You got Death Sparrow. You got the Thunder Battalion, which I did order another one. I'm not sure if I'll be giving that one away yet, but I might. There's Rooster. Now Rooster should have had a knife. Come on, Ken. Come on, Steve. He should have had a knife. When you're this detailed, you're going in covertly. You should be having a knife to take out the enemy. Then we got Preacher, which, see, sometimes I forget my figures and vehicles when I gotta bring them forward here. When I make videos, I forgot them in the Hummer. And then Christelle, I forgot her in the G.I.Joe Raider. And there's Leonidas and his dog. Oh, we rolls of dominoes. This is Delta17. Now his dog will be obviously growing up. Shepherd is fantastic. See, today I'm not forgetting any names because not as tired. And then you have the infantry A and B with the light skin tone, dark skin tone. Ethnic skis I can't really pronounce because I lost part of my tongue when I licked the rail. Kids out there, don't lick rails with frost on them. But use hot water to get it off. Otherwise it'll stick. Anyways. Yes, I've had rocks dropped on my head. That's a different story. But anyways, so we're here to look at this awesome exclusive figure. And don't forget about the red dragon. Shadow dragon, or you can just call him dragon. Anyways, there's two types of okamis. There's the gray one, which also has cool detail, but the silver detail just reminds me of Storm Shadow. I mean, you know, one of my favorite figures as well. And you can just see the details just so like nice. Like this figure really stands out. You know, I wonder if they would have made their sentries with this kind of red and black. Like it even almost it's almost similar to the Iron Grenadiers, so you could use them as Destro's robots or their own faction. I'm just super excited and super happy. And you know, like, people do donate to a lot of other channels. They only get channel memberships, and they send super chats. The only people who ever donated was Delta17, just because, you know, I enjoy the figure so much. They sent me a few free ones, so I'm going to give back to the community by, you know, giving you one of these awesome Okami figures. So we're going to have a draw for sure. And, whoever comments on the videos will be entered into a draw. So on that video that I put up, and maybe, you know, I might pick out names from the past for other people that have commented on the videos. Now, I do have the other Okami here. I told you, I got 3. So I definitely will be giving one away for sure. Man, these are just awesome. Now, they're supposed to be the Shadow Dragon's Elite Protectors. But I mean, wow. That red just looks fantastic. Can't say that enough. Now, I don't think I missed any figures. You know, we will be getting a second wave in the future. I wish we would have been getting that this year, but, you know, they got to sell more figures in order to pay for the next wave. You know, they haven't done any of that Kickstarters. I mean, if the tooling for this Hein is going to be like 100,000, well then obviously do a Kickstarter. You know, people can always add more, or at least get a couple. But, you know, Delta17, this is just phenomenal. Like, Delta17 doesn't say toys, but Delta17toys.com, and it might be on the back here. There you go. Don't know how well that'll come in. Like I said, I still never updated my camera. Had the same old camera for years now. But anyways, too busy buying figures and other things. Also, Super 7 figures I will be getting next week. I got my notification, and we will compare just to show you how well these Delta17 figures are made. They do have pliable hands, so they're softer. And you know, Ken and Steve, you can make a weapons pack even before your next wave comes out, so please do. You know, I always seem to lose smaller pieces somewhere in the room. And a lot of us love extra weapons, you know. So, I mean, if you could throw in some extra weapons, that would be great. You know, certain ones people enjoy more, but definitely want some of these little M16s. Now, I don't know if that's his gun or this. I forget. But I like weapons with smaller handles. you know. Sorry, I'm always a little tired in the morning, but it doesn't matter. They do have awesome stuff. Another cool thing for the card backs maybe in the future is, well, they're going to have more figures. So are they going to put the whole wave 1 and wave 2 on it? You know, how are they going to change this around? But again, the artwork on the cards and everything, the cards are like done super well. You could always get clamshells too, and you know, make your own, have your own custom card made for this figure. But they had to rush it out for Joe Fest, and you know, that's the fastest way to do it. Geez, you'd be able to ship a lot more figures if they all came like that. But anyways, they are awesome. Like, they come with extra pieces and stuff too. You know, there's like backpacks, weapons. I would love some extra weapons. So extra weapon packs for sure. You know, you don't even have to really change the color variations. Come on. These are fantastic. Get some more weapons like that. Definitely want knives and stuff, swords in the weapons packs. M16s. Sometimes you want to duplicate your weapons, and that's what I like. For Super 7 figures, the weapons look like they suck. So I'm definitely going to be just using old vintage weapons in the hands. But if I can get some cool weapons packs like I did from Call Sign Longbow, now hopefully we'll get those figures this year. But they would have to divert their shipments to the west. So hopefully it's not an issue. I'm not sure how much time I have left on this card here, so please help out a local creator. You know, order a few figures. You know, or maybe they'll be at your collectible store. Phone your collectible store, find out if they ordered any Delta17 figures, and buy a few figures to help them out. You know, they will make another wave, and again, we will be talking more about these figures and comparing them to the Super 7 figures, but these are just fantastic. Like, they got so much extra detail. Backpacks come apart. You know, you got knives for hands. This is awesome. Just like the Terminator. So you can have some cool battles. Like, look at this. Goes rogue. And then he's even got more swords. So, like, you can't. Wow, this figure is just super packed with lots of stuff. Even placements for his hands. This backpack does separate into two, but like, this is awesome. Both hands come off. You know, I think Super 7 was trying to copy that as well. So we will compare them for sure. But look at this figure. Get your exclusive Delta17 figure. You have to navigate through their store and get into the store part, and you will find the exclusive there. This figure is just beautiful, like well made, well detailed. I highly recommend these figures if you are a collector of O-ring, the 3 3/4 line, and you know, you can build your Red Army and start getting more Thunder Battalion figures. I will be army building some of these figures for sure. I even want to get more Shepherds. Anyways, thanks for watching. We're out of time. Delta 17!